What's up, you guys? DeFi Darius. We're just gonna get right on into it, man. We're getting into a Vlad TV and Derek Grace interview, talking about crypto.
They want to do the quick flip.
Mm-hmm.
They want it, and this is why, look, shout out to everyone. My man Willie D, great friend of mine. He's done really well with crypto. I know a lot of people that lost their shirt.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And for me, people have always asked me, well, how come we don't invest in crypto? And this simply, I don't know it well enough to invest.
Same here.
Right?
Yeah.
I don't want to get into a FOMO kind of situation where like everyone else is making money, so I got to make money.
Right.
And the thing with crypto also is that,
Bro, you don't have to really understand crypto. People don't really understand stocks or why stocks go up and down, really. We know when it comes to stocks, we know that we're buying shares in an actual company. We don't know, we don't really fully understand stocks. Crypto is way easier to understand than stocks, okay? Seriously, man, just sit back, tune, listen, and I'm gonna explain in this post, man. Let's go.
I think, what's his name? The founder of Twitter, Jack
Dorsey.
Jack Dorsey. He said something interesting. He said that the way, for example, Bitcoin will ultimately fail if.
And mind you, I want you guys to peep. Derek Grace is smart as hell, man. If you guys do your research on dude, he's a real prolific entrepreneur. He created a board game, wrote a few books. Earlier in this, earlier in this interview, he was talking about how he invests in gold and other assets. So dude is definitely sophisticated.
All it is a place to store money. Until you have a real application for crypto that makes more sense than using dollars.
So I want you guys to remember what Vlad just said. We're going to rewind it real quick. A real application for using crypto. Listen where he's getting at, okay?
For crypto that makes more sense. Until you have a real application for crypto that makes more sense than using dollars, it's still going to be speculative.
Absolutely.
Now, I understand that now it's like the fourth biggest or fifth biggest asset in the world. Because a lot of people, I think they feel like, well, it's going to be worth so much more in the future, so let me get on now before it's too late. But what exactly does it do that fixes a problem that
what exact? So he's asking, what does crypto do that fixes a problem? Like, what does it actually do? And this guy invests in stocks, and he's asking this question about crypto. And crypto literally solves problems.
Regular money can't fix.
Agreed. I agree.
Literally.
And I'm not quite sure yet, which is why I've kept my money out of crypto.
Right. I have too. I had a lot of people tell me, not knocking it either. Shout out, because I do know some people who won with it. So not taking nothing away from their story, but I have a gang of people that attempted to explain it, but I don't know what it is. If I'm having a slow moment to this day, I just still cannot wrap my.
Yeah, man. I think you're trying to understand it a little too much, okay? You're not having a slow moment. Because even how you presented it, you said one. Crypto is not about winning, okay? All right, it's going to go up and down. Of course, the price is going to fluctuate. And we have to also understand that this is a brand new asset class, okay? All right, so it's going to be volatile, of course. All right. So Vlad was saying, so what does it do? What problem does it solve? All right. So we're going to keep it boring. We're going to keep it with Bitcoin and XRP. Okay. So we got my guy, Brian Garlinghouse over here, the CEO of Ripple. Okay. All right. That's the company behind XRP. All right. So let's see what he says about how crypto is solving problems.
Like a Bitcoin, it's a digital asset. It's today the third most valuable digital asset. And what we do is we take a transaction between banks, and instead of having a bank pre-fund an account at the other bank, which is how correspondent banking works.
Okay, so do you guys hear what he said? All right, so let's use Zelle for example, right? Zelle, if we both have Zelle, I could just send you. I don't know what the limit on Zelle. Please, comments. Don't eat me up. Help me out. Let me know how much it is to. Can you send Zelle in one day? I think it's like $1,000 or something. Okay, so what Zelle does, Zelle fronts those transactions. All right. All right. So the other person can have it. It floats it. It takes about a few business days for it to really officially go through. Okay. All right. So do you guys get that? He's clearly solving a problem. All right. Do you get that? Let's go.
Today, the Bank of Brad in dollars would pre-fund to the Bank of Julia, perhaps in pounds, and then I would debit and credit that. But that means I have to pre-fund and have dormant capital sitting at that other bank. What we allow banks to do, we allow payment providers to do, is to tap into the liquidity of XRP liquidity. So today, there's lots of liquidity between XRP and US dollar. There's lots of liquidity between XRP and British pound. And you could tap into that to move value in real time, in seconds. And even compared to Bitcoin, which takes up to 12 minutes to complete one transaction, XRP is extremely fast at about 3 seconds per transaction. That has meant XRP is extremely scalable in contrast to how Bitcoin works. The consumer itself doesn't actually see that it's flowing through XRP. See that it's flowing through XRP itself to how Bitcoin.
So do you guys see this diagram right here, man? All right. That's the problem okay, Bitcoin was the problem of sending money. Okay, you could send money 10 minutes, boom, I can send you $1 trillion in 10 minutes, boom, from my account to yours. We don't need no banks to approve it. We don't need, So that's the problem that Bitcoin solved. Now XRP comes along and solves another problem. And so this thing continues, man. That's blockchain technology, man. It's new technology. You cats ain't buying it. You guys are, this isn't going to be a disrespectful post. You feel me? But it just sickened me to hear two smart individuals just talk so dumb about something. Are you kidding me? DeFi Darius, man. Stay woke, you guys.